both playing great. LCK playing above their station. The argument could be made that GV are not playing as well as we know they can. So it's all going to be on show here. LCK against GV. LCK on that blacklist side, whereas GV are on the global risk side. And what do we have so far? Awesome playing pretty deep down in that central passageway. He's going to be basically that phase with the shotgun. Is always something to behold. He's going to he's probably going to hold the air duct, right? He's going to hold that little corridor there. Yeah. It's just the only place really on this map you can use the shotgun effectively. And it looks as though Lionclaw might actually be a lamb to the slaughter here. Grenades coming in. FaZe sitting there, probably with a massive grin on his face. He's going to come around the back. Does take a couple of shots at Real. Does get him down to 7. Takes out 1, and GV just turned it on there. Absorbed the pressure. Nice and easy for them. They take a very, very, very quick round.
Yeah, I mean, on blacklist side of Ankara, that's about as straightforward and plain of a strategy you can go for, right? You're rushing into A, you're going through the air ducts. It's very obvious. And unfortunately for them, they didn't clear out the one corner where FaZe was, reads the play excellently with the shotgun. And even though he only got 1 kill, it was really just the disruption. The fact that, oh, there's this guy behind us, and we got to deal with the 2 guys. The teamwork from GV, you could really feel like the 2 guys are shooting down right at the same time as FaZe pops out. So great teamwork, great coordination, and immediately one of the best Ankara blacklist strategies is shut down easily.
Yeah, I mean, FaZe with that shotgun, he wasn't even clean with it, right? Like, I think he took 3-4 shots to get 1 down, and usually the shotgun is at that range it's a click and kill, right? It's a super powerful gun in the right situations. As Flex goes down to Creeds, where did that happen? Poking through the doors, 7 tries to get 1. He does indeed. As Awesome takes out 1, it's back and forth. LCK, it's 2v2. Lionclaw and Dane remain against Snox and FaZe. Dane grenading out a couple of the angles here, and they are going to get the C4 down, but Snox maybe just finding the right timing to poke his head through the window.
Snox going to be spotted, not able to win that one. And now it's all up to FaZe through smoke as well. I mean, he's got some time. He's considering a little bit of a rotation here. And with 23 seconds left, he will have enough time. Might be able to fool them, but you do see that, I believe it's Dane is looking in this direction. Now they're both looking in this direction, as that's the first pistol kill. 1 more will do it. Swaps to the M4, spots him and shoots him through the box. And just like that, FaZe is going to clutch it for the team to get them 2 in a row.
Wow, to swap to the rifle at that time, get the shot through the box. Wow. What a finish on that one. What a finish on that. Oh my. Just, that's showing the experience that these guys have on this map, right? To know, probably hiding behind the box. I saw him peek around the corner just a little bit before. I only had the pistol. Swap out. Just, insanity. Insane play.
Yeah, now LCK, they say, well, our push into A, that time it worked a little bit better. It was a bit more of a dry push, not a lot of utility used, and even with the first kill going the way of GV, they were still able to stake a claim on the site and get the bomb down, but the finish just a little bit lacking, right? They weren't able to hold on for that last 10 seconds. So now, immediately second-guessing yourself, do we go for another A push? What's the call here from the IGL? What will LCK do now? It looks like they're gearing up for just another A push.
Yeah, it's definitely their favorite side here, as they are going to push through. But look at this. Nice little crossfire there. Works awesome for 7, and awesome as they get Lionclaw, Real, and Dane for practically nothing. But Dane pistols awesome down with 7. Gets flexed. Dane actually picks up another kill here. Can he make it happen? He cannot. He misses that shot and does get taken down. GV make it 3 in a row.
Yeah, so that time, GV, you know, they're expecting this, right? They've got a very nice setup. And LCK, I was not very impressed with the way they handled that round. You know, 1 guy shoots through the doors, and then a 2nd guy, and a 3rd guy. So GV know exactly where everybody's pushing in, because not only after the shots not only do they all shoot through the door, they all push through the door straight into the open arms of GV, who just heard you shoot and saw you shoot. So they're 100% ready for it and waiting. I don't know. Just felt a little bit lackluster, a little bit forced from LCK, as they're really going to have to go back to the drawing board, perhaps, on the strategies of Ankara, because so far they have not looked very comfortable.
Yeah, it was very, very predictable because they've done the same push 3 or 4 times in a row. At least this time they went through that, A long corridor. They didn't try to push through the air duct, but they are now going to shake it up. They are going to push into B. Snox grenades in. I think he has a suspicion that this is coming. There is no rotation, but the grenades are good. And does get a connection on that one. So will we see a rotation from GV to try and help out Snox? And it is coming slowly but surely. But in the back, Flex gets 7, who was caught at the back of that rotation. And that seems to have been the go sign for LCK. But they do get repelled here. Real has it ultimate phase, gets 1. This Dezane picks up a double kill, but Snox makes it a double kill of his own switches. But Creeds wraps around, gets a kill through the wall, and it's a 2v1 Flex against Creeds and Snox.
Yeah, GV, they read the rotation, it's very obvious, and they brute force it. Thankfully, for their sake, they did win some of those firefights towards the end, because LCK started off in control of those. So trying to fight fire with fire, they didn't catch anyone rotating out of B bottom. And now Flex gets the jump here on Creeds, and 30 seconds left. Definitely enough time to pick this one up, and he's just going to get the kills, okay? Just a couple in a row. Flex is, well, going to flex on them.
Yeah, Flex caught just a pixel or 2 of Snox in that window and just took a shot. Well done for him. I mean, Snox was very, very low. He had like 3 hit points, 4 hit points. So any kind of damage would have finished him off. But no, that was much tidier from LCK. I mean, well, tidy is a bit of a wrong word there, but it was much better from them as Dane goes down first. Awesome snipes him off the map. But no, looking a little bit better now for LCK. Maybe that is the toehold they need to be able to finish this climb. Awesome. Backing up into the site. Going to go down this little passageway and just backing into the middle, into the global respawn and resetting all together. A and B are very open.
Well, they did not expect that timing. And Flex, he has decided single-handedly that his team is not going to, well, as I say that, he gets shot. So, nice 3K from the side of Flex. But the round's not over just yet, as the rest of the team is going to push in through onto B. You see that GV, they know this is happening with all the utility being used. But let's see if they can actually retake this 2v3.
It's going to be a difficult retake on that B side, but Awesome starts it off well. He gets Real down. And Lion Claw and Dezane. Lion Claw actually turned around at the wrong time. 7 popped out at the perfect time and takes out 1. And now it's a 2v1 from 3v2 to 2v1. And Dezane has it all to do. Does catch Awesome there. Does catch 7 on the back. Does get 7 on the back. Does turn around and gets Awesome and LCK pick up another very important round. It's now 3-2.
Pretty huge clutch there. Starts with Flex getting the 3K, and then started a little bit shaky after getting that bomb down with Awesome getting the snipe, but they're just barely able to clutch it out there with Dezane at the end. So LCK, not as clean of wins, but they're clawing their way back into this map. Slowly but surely, round by round, keeping it close, 2-3. And I thought GV at first, their handling of the retake was pretty good, as it didn't seem like LCK had any idea where they were coming from, but just not able to put the nail in the coffin on that one.
Yeah, just not able to close it off. And now what do we see? We do see a much slower game from LCK this time. They're just trying to get any information they can, but GV are not showing anything really. So you got to assume, okay, maybe they're just sitting on A and B. How do we break these sites? How are you going to approach it? Which side have they got more people on? Which side? a lot going through the head of LCK at this moment, as Seven is going on a bit of a journey and is going to find literally everyone on LCK. Sprays down, runs out of bullets. Real just pops up at the right time, gets down Seven, and that is a go sign to push onto this A side. But as I mentioned, it's very well defended, but not anymore, as also went down to Lion Claw. LCK really turning up the heat right now, as it is a 5 against 2, sorry, as Snox goes down as well. Now it's 4v1. Lion Claw is very low, FaZe full up, but the rest of LCK, they are super healthy. They get the bomb down. FaZe basically being pinned into this A passageway. Dane is going to rotate out, takes a pot shot, misses, but Dezane from the corner takes out FaZe, and LCK make it 3 in a row of their own, from 0 to 3 to 3 to 3.
Pretty good stuff from them, as we did see Seven going for the aggressive play through the air duct, and LCK, they weren't caught off guard by that. Seven wasn't able to hit his shots. He wasn't able to retreat out of there. Once you start spraying out of that air duct, you're pretty much, you're a sitting duck. Either you hit the guy, you trade 1 for 1 or not. Unfortunately, for his sake, he goes down. And LCK from there, it's, even with 3 people defending on A, sometimes you can get in there. But with 2, and if you've got that man advantage, definitely going to be the go sign for LCK. And they sweep in there fantastically. So all the momentum back in favor of LCK. This has been kind of a streaky matchup so far, with one team taking a bunch and then the other. And we see that here once again.
Yeah, FaZe just sitting pretty out there, not really bothered too much. Seven as well, holding the side on his own, and we can see LCK, they're just trying to find out which way to go. You don't want to run into that 3 situation when 3 people are defending a bomb site. You want to try and pick the weaker site to take. But they really are being denied any kind of information, as GV, they are sitting very, very deep in their own section of this map, right? They're basically linear right now. So no one's going on an adventure, no one's going on a journey, no one's pushing for information on the side of GV, which makes it hard for LCK, as Seven gets flex, mostly because he had no idea where Seven was.
Yeah, now LCK gonna try to send it through front yard. FaZe up in the tree. He's waiting. He gives that information over to the team. The flashbangs come through. Lion Claw through the window. Does get the 1. But so many members of GV are here, and they are ready to clean up. 4 of them survive, and they make quick work of that somewhat desperate push in through the front yard.
Yeah, we're on the back foot this time round. We don't have the driving seat. Let's just go for it, right? It's desperation tactics, and desperation tactics don't work particularly well in Crossfire. You do see a nice shot coming from FaZe. Didn't catch anything, but well read the situation. Grenades just to try and cover his 6, cover his retreat. His Flex is trying to get anything through the smoke in that door.
Yeah, I like the mix-up, there's a lot of different things you can do from the GR side in terms of, yeah, you can sit on the sites and wait for the pushes, but also you can push out of the office. You can even look through the front yard, maybe look to try to get a long snipe through there. Sometimes you can go in the air duct. You can look through a main. Just a lot of different options to mix up your positioning and try to mess with your opponent's head. And FaZe tries to go for it. Doesn't hit the shot. Flex is going to hit his shot, as he somehow was able to take down Creeds there.
Yeah, like, that was a pretty insane kill. Peeked through the doors, I think, and got it. It's almost like he was bending bullets like in that movie where they bend it around everything. Like, crazy, crazy shot there connecting. But the rest of LCK, they are looking to push into A. They're leaving Flex in a position where he can cover them off, maybe wrap around the back and try to, catch GV unaware as they're rotating around. But he's now joining the rest of the team. He's going to push through the front door as everyone else goes through the vent, and Real quick to it, gets 7 on the breach, and Lion Claw takes down Awesome. And now this site is completely open. It's cracked open, and Lion Claw gets Snox as well, as we are on board with FaZe, who's trying to wrap around the back. Does miss the shot on Dane there. He's going to have to perform a miracle, and a miracle is denied as Dezane does take out FaZe. And we're all tied up again, 4-4.
Yeah, Pretty good stuff from LCK. Once again, you get those initial pickoffs, and this time it's not the, okay, we're just going to send it kind of mentality. It's they take it slow bit by bit. They wait for their moments, the right opportunity, the right timing. And that's what I was liking from their BL side on subbase as well. You know, just waiting for the exact right moment to push on in. They are able to pull that off here once again and keep this very close. And LCK definitely holding their own. I mean, forcing GV to extra rounds on the first one, and now they're 4-4 on Ankara here in the second map. Certainly an opportunity for them to make a statement in this first match.
Flex. Whoa, does jump up into the vents and gets Creed 7. Wasn't watching that alleyway at the time. I think he was just moving into the box. Didn't see it coming. Didn't alert his teammate, but FaZe does get reeled down on the back end of their down that office way kind of entrance-y kind of place.
Yeah.
By bypass. by the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, FaZe getting Flex there. Just Flex showing a little bit too much muscle as he does get tagged by the sniper. And now it is a 4v3.
That's why you want to skip leg day.
Never skip leg day.
So you don't have that muscle, the extra that's showing around the wall.
I think it was a bicep that got shot. So always skip arm day, ladies and gentlemen. Pro tip there from Valdez. Bicep curls, never do them. Okay, so here we are on board with Dane, looking to try and find any kind of pixel information. Snox is actually going to rotate at the perfect time, but does get taken out by Lionclaw, who was just planted to take out Snox there. And now it is a 3-on-3. 7 FaZe and Awesome against Dezane, Lionclaw, and Dane. And I mean, this is going to be a hard retake. They're going to try to make it right now. They're pushing through. Dezane does get popped through the boxes as Lionclaw gets one, but Awesome takes out Lionclaw. Dane needs to move with a pistol, gets one. It's a 1v1. Dane against 7, and 7 goes down. Dane is just on top of things. And LCK, they take an advantage going into the second half.
Yeah, that round in particular, that's the one. That's the one for the highlight reel, because that could definitely get in the heads of GB, where, you know, it starts off great, the retake's going well, but then you just kind of get outplayed. You know, like it's just as easy as that. Like LCK were playing some great crossfire, GB was just not able to catch up or, you know, keep up to the same tempo there at the end of that round. And, you know, guys like Dane, obviously great on the first map, comes out clutch here. Flex is having a great map in this one. And, I mean, LCK have come to play, and they really want to make a statement here on the second map. That was just a great clutch moment there at the end of that round. But now at the half, let's see what LCK have in terms of their GR side. We kind of know GV, they're somewhat of a known quantity in terms of their strength, but LCK trying to show something better here, as they have stacked the B site.
Yeah, and I mean, GV are stacking that central passageway, aren't they? They're deciding whether to go A and B, and if they go B, that is, gonna have to see how this plays out. Dezane is gonna be right over the top of GV if they do decide to breach here, and it looks as though that might be the case. Awesome on a journey of his own, and look at this, Dezane gets 2 before going down to FaZe. They break through up there, but Real and Dane, they do hold firm. Awesome has it all to do. It's 1 man against 4. He's going to have to take... Oh, I think he's actually going to get dropped on here. It's hard to say where he's going. He's going to have to try and push through. We're on board with Awesome as he's going to get wrapped around. Lionclaw might come from behind. Awesome trying to check every possible corner. There's 4 entrances into him. He's only checking 3, and Lionclaw punishes him for not checking that 3rd. And LCK, they're starting to gain momentum in this one.
Yeah, and GV just not doing their due diligence. If you're going to push through B bottom, you know, it can be difficult to get some good information. And you saw that LCK, you know, sometimes you stack the site, you get lucky. They flip the coin, and GV push directly into them without much knowledge. Now they're going to do it again, this time much quicker onto the B site, not giving time to LCK to set up. But Lionclaw and Dezane, they get a couple of pickoffs, and they take all the wind out of the sails of GV's push.
It is 2v4, 7 goes down as well. FaZe is down. LCK are on a roll. GV tried to put their foot to the floor. They put pedal to the metal. And unfortunately, someone had disconnected the gas line in their tank because they just completely floundered. And this round starts off just as horribly as Dane does take out FaZe.
And GV, generally that very well-rounded, kind of balanced team. They're not really showing that here. They're getting picked off left and right. They're trying to really mix with the strategy, pull anything they can out of the hat, but they are just being picked off one by one at every different direction. As now down FaZe, they're just going to try to push into A here. And this can be, generally one of the better Blacklist side pushes that you do go for. I think they were trying to mix it up with some of those quicker pushes onto B, but now going back to standard, but you're already down a man. It's just not good feels for them.
Yeah, but they do have the quality in their team to be able to pick up the slack that FaZe is leaving behind, because he is down and out. But Snox needs to kind of step up for his team. So does Creeds, actually. And Flex here, just getting quite a few tags, as we do see Lion Claw as well. Snox looking maybe to jump out of this vent anytime soon. They are going to make the push. Snox, first man in. Last man still standing, as everyone is still up. No one's really going down as Awesome gets real. But GV are making this one look really nice for them. But Lion Claw and Dezane, they get one. Lion Claw goes down. Dezane does pick up Awesome, but Dane is down, and we're in a 1v1. It's Creeds against Dezane. One-on-one camera, here we go, and Dezane picks up the kill and make that 5 in a row for LCK.
Yeah, LCK, they got a lot of information. They were ready for the push. Unfortunately, I think it was really, he pushed out pretty aggressively, expecting more pressure, but GV, they played it well to start off. They waited to see if anyone on LCK would peek. That they did. They picked them off, made it a 4v4, but after the fact, the hold, LCK got everybody in onto that A site. They had enough firepower. And once again, Flex just going to get this early pick-off on the side of Awesome. And GV, again, are going to have to try to make a push down a man. This is not looking good for them.
It isn't. A 7 goes down as well. Flex picks up a big kill again there. FaZe does get Dane, but it's just not going well. Flex did take out Snox as well, and Flex is on absolute fire right now as he got FaZe, but Creeds does clean him up. But it's a 3 against 1. Dezane goes down though. Creeds gets one, but Real wraps around the back, gets Creeds down. And LCK one away from winning Ankara.
Yeah, pretty quickly as well. GV, not a single round so far on the Blacklist side. They have not shown any strength. A couple of rounds they get picked off. The other 2 rounds, their pushes just fell apart. And LCK, Flex especially, he is just on fire. He's really feeling it. You can tell he's peaking. He's getting really aggressive. This time, he will be punished for it. 3-on-3 here as GV will take the lead, as that is another kill going over to FaZe, and it's only Dezane who is also in this connector, maybe in an unexpected spot, although we do see Creeds covering the flank, and we'll shut that down.
Does manage to get that one down, but I mean, LCK, they still have a lot of room to play with. They are 9-5 against GV, and this map, I mean, you were saying before that this is GV's map, like you have to make it done on sub base. LCK have made it look as though they picked this one, as we do have an early engagement here. 7 does get Dezane down, but it does pay quite a bit. But 7 gets another one before going down to Real, and that's a big pickup. It's 4 against 3. Creeds, Snox, FaZe, and Awesome against Real, Lion Claw, and Flex.
And you can see there was so much action over on the B site that A was left entirely open. GV just going to push on in and get the C4 down already. And up a member as well. You can see that LCK really going to struggle from this position. Still a decent amount of utility left over on the side of GV to hold on to the site. It's looking good for them so far.
Well, they are going to push. LCK do have to try and breach this, but Awesome does get one. Creed gets another, and Real just kind of sat at the back and let his teammates go first and didn't do anything with that. and does go down, and that's another round for GV. Is the comeback coming? Are we going to extra rounds again?
I feel like maybe we are. Actually, I think it's certainly possible. There's a pretty good possibility that it does happen. But let's see. I mean, I think LCK has been kind of caught off guard here a couple of rounds in a row, and maybe if they just settle things down and try not to play as fast as GV are playing, they could still, they've gotten themselves a really nice buffer. They only need the one round, so it feels very comfortable. Although at the same time, every round you lose, the pressure mounts more and more. So it's like, okay, guys, just the one round. Like, come on, let's do it here. And then you lose that one, and it begins to mount even more. As FaZe just trying to peek through. Note that Flex isn't going for any crazy peek plays anymore. Has backed it off a little bit.
Yeah, Lionclaw behind the box. Oh, Snox gets Lionclaw. Flex gets one, but Flex gets taken down. Creeds takes out Real. And again, GV have been allowed to dictate the pace of this one. And LCK pay the price for letting GV do that. Dezane has to try and make it work here. Is not going to be able to get down FaZe, who pistols him out. And now Dane against Creed 7 FaZe, and awesome. It's almost like it's written in the stars that he's going to fall eventually. He's going to try to make his way through that A passageway. Oh, actually does get one. Doesn't make it two.
Yeah, I don't think he had any bullets in any gun that he was holding at that point. But yeah, nice try from Dane. Not meant to be. 2 rounds away from the extra rounds. And it has been quite streaky. I still feel like LCK, they have it in the tank to just pull out one round and force compounds, but let's see. I mean, GV, maybe with their back against the wall, they've kind of reached a new level. They've kind of turned it up one extra gear that LCK are just not able to keep up with.
Yeah, could very well be that LCK cornered a rabid raccoon in GV, and now they're.
Why are they a raccoon?
I don't know. I don't know. What would they be if GV were an animal? That's the question to ask in the interview. If your team was an animal, what animal would you be?
That's a good one. A classic, a timeless question.
All right. So where are we? Dezane peeking through that window, getting a couple of hits there onto 7, who runs away with his tail between his legs. Carry on the raccoon thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it does have to kind of reset. It is looking like A is going to be the push, and they're going to push through the front door, and Lionclaw is good for it. He does get Snox, but does have to retreat down that passageway. He was 1 man against 4, and that is a very smart retreat. What is the rest of his team going to do? And we do see Dezane and Flex actually making this very long rotation down through quarters passageway. So they're going to try to get this pincer. Are they going to be able to nail it? FaZe is sitting there in the vents as well, so we might actually see this coming. No, he's joined the rest of his team, and the pincer is on. How good is the timing for LCK on this push? The go sign is there. They're going through the door. They're going through the vent. They're going around a passage, but they are falling. One by one, GV are just cleaning this up. Dezane and Real trying to do what they can, and what they can is get the defuse on the bomb. Nicely does it. LCK take the round they need, and that drags us to compound.
Bringing us all the way to 3 maps on this first one. LCK proving that they deserve to be here in the first contest for themselves as a very dominant win